So in this video we're just going to quickly go through how to light up the walls of your surrounding. Now this question pops up a lot, and that's why I'm making this video, is because a lot of the people in the Unity community specifically, I've noticed, are pretty young people. So we're talking about people age 18 or below, a lot of 14 years old. So naturally I don't really expect them to know how to ask the questions or how to look up the information all the time. After all, they're smart 14-year-olds, kids, smarter than I was at that age, but still being more tolerant and understanding. So I'm making stuff based on the questions that pop up and pop up a few times over a week or two. So you might have put out your blocks, which is often the case in the screenshot I see, and you're wondering why is everything dark, and then you might be trying to do two lights and you're wondering, okay, that didn't work, and you might be doing this and then trying to figure out, okay, what's going on, this isn't working. Now assuming you did go for this, what you do want to make sure is to turn off the shadows, so you don't end up with double shadows, but rather you're brightening up your area. However, I don't recommend doing it. It's not really how you would solve this at all. One of the things you could try is increase the intensity a little bit, so it's more around, certain daytime. And you could consider doing backlighting. If this is the size of your scene and there's nothing else going on, you could potentially just bake the lighting and kind of get the indirect lighting working instead, right? And to do that, you need to click things and you have to make sure they are static, right? If they're not static, they're not going to be calculated into the bake, and therefore they will not act appropriately. Okay, you can see lights popping around and it's brightening up some of the areas that have more direct lighting. There you go. So that's the first way of solving this kind of challenge. Now, assuming you have a very big area, that means you don't want to have too much baked lighting because of the cost that involves when it comes to the baked lighting. And the cost is basically the baked light map. Each baked light map comes with a certain size. You can see it says 16 megabyte right now, but assume this was 10 times bigger. It would take up more space, thus loading time, and it would be just a bit of problems for you maybe. So in that case, in this version 2020, but this goes for any version, you just have to find the correct tabs and the correct placement. You could potentially try and add some color with real-time shadows, see if that works, to be more like blue. You could potentially have a color for environment lighting or a gradient. So you might go for light blue surrounding. Now I don't recommend using this kind of method because, as you see, it gives quite a uniform odd color. Even if you try and figure out the correct color, it doesn't really necessarily look good enough. But that doesn't mean you can't use it, but it is one way of doing it, right? But in our case, we're going to use the skybox, the default skybox, and you can see it brightens up a bit more naturally. So what does that mean? It means that if you have a good skybox, available, you will be able to light the area much more better because of the skybox and the information provided for it. Okay, that's the other way of doing it. You can combine it, so it's obviously gonna bake it and pre-process it in a way that it works accordingly to what you need. The last way, I'm not going to go into it, but these are the three ways you could do it potentially. And if you need some more specific solutions, just try and find me, leave a comment or something, and I'll be sure to make you some more videos for that. But again, these videos are these days very specific to solve a problem, and it's also to link it into the Discord channel of the Unity to just help people very quickly, so they have an idea. And it also helps me understand the different pipeline and where the settings are, so I can memorize the solutions and better explain them. So hopefully that was helpful. See you around. Have a nice day.